On this Veterans Day, we're reminded of honor and duty.
Brave men and women who put their lives in harm's way to keep us free. Tonight, a Virginia Beach family is upset with the way the cremated remains of their loved one have been handled by the Navy. They turned to 10 on Your Side's Andy Fox for help.
Alvita and Stephanie, 62-year-old Vietnam War veteran Walter Ralph West Jr. died last December. His last wish was to be buried at sea. A wish tonight, so far, unfulfilled.
And I signed the paperwork for him to be buried at sea, which was his main wish since he has spent his entire life in the military.
Walter Ralph West Jr. was a fun-loving family man, and he loved his country. He served 25 years in the Navy and in the end died of lung disease last December. His devoted son, Bill West.
It's a betrayal for me and my family.
West's last request was to be cremated and buried at sea. The family says the ashes were first brought here to the Naval Medical Center in Portsmouth in January. In October, the family was told that the ashes had been taken to sea, but the family started checking it out and found out that wasn't the case at all. The Walter West ashes, first brought here in January, were still here.
I still hadn't heard anything. I was becoming agitated. I had not had any peace. My father hadn't been laid to rest.
Bill West became suspicious because for months he had not received the American flag and the pictures of the burial at sea ceremony like what they received when Walter's wife had her burial at sea. He called the USS Nicholas that supposedly took the ashes to sea and was told there was no record of a Walter West burial at sea. West then called the burial at sea office at the Naval Medical Center
and stated that my father's remains were still there. There was a Walter West on the computer above him that had been set.
Apparently, there were 3 Walter Wests on the computer for burial. Bill's father was not taken to sea after all. And Bill isn't sure if the Walter West remains are the right Walter West remains.
I feel my father has been treated very disrespectfully. If those are his remains, they were either misplaced, lost, or forgotten. In any case, a disabled veteran of 2 wars deserves better treatment than that. My family deserves better treatment than that. My father has not been laid to rest. My family has had no closure.
10 on Your Side called the Naval Medical Center in Portsmouth. A spokesperson told us, Decedent Affairs has the father's ashes, and when they told the family he was buried at sea earlier this year, they had mistakenly pulled the wrong West file. They now confirm they have the right Walter West ashes. The family skeptical and confused.
Personally, I find this hard to believe because things don't just disappear and reappear, but I was like, okay, if there's no receipt of transfer, how can we verify that they're his remains?
How can you verify? That is the uncertainty that could last forever. The West family is not happy how this all played out, and they aren't even 100% confident the cremains the Navy says are theirs are really theirs. That said, the hope is the USS Enterprise or another carrier will take the ashes to sea, fulfilling Walter West's last request. He gave the Navy 25 years of his life, and now this whole thing has become a huge, giant nightmare for the family.
Sadly, there's no way to ever find out.
Well, I know that when my father passed away, we cremated him, and we want to know that these are our ashes. This is the closure that you get, and this is very important for all families forever. This is so important.
And they can get the flag, but can families go out on the ship and bury their loved one at sea, or is that not allowed?
Great question. Not allowed to go, and that's the reason why they take the pictures and they give the flag and they give you the, the scene of what's unfolding and everything. And when they didn't get that after January and February and March and April and May, they said, hey, where is this stuff? They started making calls, and that's where we are today, and we're hoping that somehow there is some miracle that they can guarantee 100% that these are the proper cremains.
We hope so.
We hope they can put their father and their minds to rest. Thanks, Andy.